What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. I'm Don. I'm doing a subscriber request today, and Mike Barnett sent me a gift. By the time you see this, probably 2 weeks earlier, and with a beautiful letter and all this stuff. I actually did a special video just to acknowledge that he'd sent me the gift and all this. But this was one of his requests that he had, and I moved it up the list, right? I had about a month of reactions already done. But when I get, gifts like that, it's like just one of the ways I can acknowledge somebody. So I move the reaction up the list. So Joe Purdy's song, Children of Privilege. And I think, Mike, you said that this was sort of on the heels of the Elvis Presley song that I had reacted to, If I Can Dream. I don't know the song. I've done a number of Joe's songs, though. This is probably my 5th or 6th one. One day he'll comment in the channel. I have a feeling.
Well, listen, all you children of privilege, 'cause I am one of you. I was born on a dirt road out in the country. Now I want it for nothing, no trouble did I see. So do not pretend you understand all the troubles that others been through. And don't point your fingers and so freely judge all the ones who ain't as privileged as you. If you never had to fight for your life or your family, if you never had to live on the streets all alone, if you've never been harassed by the ones who should protect you, if you've never been mistreated for the color of your skin, then listen, all you children of privilege, 'cause I am one of you. And I had a good mother, and I had a good father, and together they showed me respect for all people, regardless of class, and regardless of background, regardless of race, no matter their religion or their preference of partner.
Yep.
'Cause every human being will have their own story, as important as the other, who walks right beside or across their own city, across this great country, across the blue water to lands far and wide.
Couple thoughts, and I'll have a lot of them, and I will not say all of them because it would go on forever. Because these are the types of things I think about in my daily life. But one, he sounds a little like Dylan on occasion, the way he intones. He's very different. I like his voice better than Dylan's, but I think even Dylan would probably admit that. But one thing I want to say, too, that I had a comeuppance for, and not in the race relations thing, but when my now ex-wife and I opened a business, a dance studio in a very affluent community, which wasn't the dumbest thing to do, I'll tell you that. I had this idea because I grew up in the middle class, and my father did not spend money on anything. Anything that we wanted, we had to earn for ourselves. Fair enough. But I had this idea that rich people thought a certain way, and that they were all sort of like, uppity and rude and all this. And when we opened the studio, I discovered how wrong I was in that there were so many kind, thoughtful, and nice people in the upper class. And what I learned over time is many of them were incredibly generous people. And it was like a reverse thing where it's not just looking down on people that have way less than you and maybe don't have the mannerisms and clothing, but upper class, I had to reverse my thinking, like, what am I seeing here? People are not being rude and crass. They're being considerate and thoughtful. And there were some assholes, no question, just like in the lower middle classes, however we categorize. So when he said regardless of class, he brought in religion, he brought in race and all that. But I didn't want to lose that thought.
Well, I ain't saying that I can't whip you. I ain't saying I ain't already fought. Well, I'm just trying to have more compassion, to lead by example, and to turn from my temper, not to add to the anger, not to give in to violence and cause great divide between me and my neighbor, between me and my brother, between me and my sister. 'Cause there's too many suffering and there's too many dying in this world without a reason, in this world without a reason, in this world without a reason. So don't turn your back on the ones with less fortune, the ones with less privilege. They could have been you with a slight twist of fate, if they were born lucky, or born into money, or born with white skin.
Money is the bigger.
Well, I'll tell you plainly what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to be better and changing my own life, and look towards the future and find understanding, so that I might inspire you to look at your own life and think for yourself. So listen, all you children of privilege, 'cause I am one of you.
Yeah, I like that call to compassion, that call for, I don't know, the human brain and our heuristics, the way we process patterns in life and so forth, causes us to simplify certain things. You know, evolutionary biologists will say it's an outgrowth of evolution and survival instincts and all this. And so, you know, it's better to assume that something's a lion if it kind of looks like a lion in the distance or whatever, just to protect yourself and survive. And our heuristics say, all right, we identify things as good or bad. And differences are things that we don't understand. If we automatically assume bad, that can lend itself or lead to very bad assumptions about, in this case, people. And then if you download society's views on certain things, whether it's classism, racism, religion, whatever, people who believe in God can think atheists are horrible people. Atheists can think, Christians are idiots, neither of which is necessarily true. Each person stands on his or her own merits. I know absolutely kind, beautiful, wonderful atheists. I know absolutely kind, beautiful Christians, Jews, Muslims, and I know horrible people in those categories too. So everybody stands on their own. Nobody's good or bad by virtue of what class they're in, what color their skin is. And I'll tell you, it sure keeps it fun. I know for me, when I look at my considerations of another person, I don't break it all down into black, white, Asian, this, that. I mean, I certainly could do that academically, I suppose. My thing is, if I can laugh with you or go deep with you, that's all I care about. I don't care your skin, your class, your race, your weight, what clothing. I don't care. If you can enlighten me or make me laugh, or if I can enlighten you or make you laugh, that's my deal in life. I can do both, or we can do both together. That is the best to me. I like laughing, and frequently laughter comes from perspectives I've never heard before. How many times can you laugh at the same joke? Not many. But someone else can present to you a perspective on something that either just stops you and is like, whoa, on any subject, doesn't matter, or make you laugh because you haven't seen something from their life and it's a whole new perspective. But anyway, I'm not going to rate that. That's one that I'll just leave be. I like that people, the way he presented it. He didn't come out and say you're bad if you're white. He didn't say you're good if you're. He just said stop and think. Don't increase. Like my video that I posted a week ago by the time you see this, on not increasing the pain of others. Just what's the point in increasing pain for others? So if you just stop and think, it's like, all right, maybe you were raised prejudice against certain people, whether it's based on race or religion or class or any other category. But then you just stop and think and say, all right, maybe I'm not going to do something wonderful for that person, but I'm also not going to do something horrible. If I want to shout out something that's a bad thing, don't say it. And this goes for all people. This goes for black people. This goes for white people. This goes for any person, however, any person. Just that's there. So not rating it, like I said. I'm going to leave that be. I know lots of folks have comments on this stuff, and hopefully they're thoughtful ones, and that will lead toward a brotherhood of man, which works for me. All right, guys, that's it. Mike Barnett, thank you again, my friend. Have a great day. See you on another video. Keep rocking the country.